Many people have more opportunities today than ever before, yet feel stuck inside lives that don't fulfill them. They smile in public, but feel lost inside. Quiet desperation doesn't look dramatic. It hides in routines that no longer feel alive. It starts small, a morning that feels the same, a job that drains more than it gives. You stop asking big questions and settle into good enough. But good enough slowly turns into invisible chains that hold you in place. You begin to live on autopilot. Each day blurs into the next. You aren't unhappy, but you aren't truly alive either. The spark that once made you dream fades beneath the comfort of familiarity. Fear begins to whisper. What if I try and fail? What if I lose what I already have? So you stay where you are, convincing yourself that safety is success. Yet inside, your heart quietly disagrees. The mind starts building walls made of past experiences, old mistakes, criticism, disappointment. You think you're protecting yourself, but those walls also block your potential from getting out. Frustration grows because deep down you know you were made for more. But fear keeps pulling you back, reminding you of every time you've stumbled. It's not the world holding you back. It's the story you keep repeating. Negativity starts to feel normal. You find fault in yourself before you even try. Soon, the habit of doubt becomes easier than the act of hope. It's a slow kind of surrender that happens in silence. You tell yourself it's just stress or bad luck, but it's really disconnection. From your purpose, your excitement, your belief that change is possible. Life feels heavy when you forget what you're working toward. One day, something clicks. Maybe it's a quiet thought or a moment alone. You realize this isn't how you want your story to sound. You start to wonder if peace is possible on the other side of fear. Awareness is the first shift. You see the truth. You've been living by old emotions. The past trained you to play small, but the present is offering a fresh start. You just have to take it. You begin to notice your thoughts. How many of them are negative, automatic, borrowed? For the first time, you challenge them. That single act of awareness becomes your first taste of freedom. You ask yourself, what do I actually want? The question feels strange because you haven't asked it in years. Still, you answer honestly, and something inside you stirs. Energy returns where fear used to live. You realize the emotions holding you back aren't permanent. They're habits built from repetition. Every time you question them, their grip loosens. Thought by thought, you begin taking your power back. You start replacing old beliefs with new ones. I can learn. I can grow. I'm allowed to want more. The words feel awkward at first, but freeing over time. Your inner voice begins to sound like a friend again. Your focus shifts from what's wrong to what's possible. You begin to imagine a future that actually excites you. It's not about having all the answers. It's about believing they exist. You test small changes, waking earlier, reading again, speaking up. Simple actions that remind you of your strength. Progress doesn't shout. It builds quietly in moments like these. Setbacks still happen, but they no longer define you. You learn to see failure as part of forward motion. Each lesson becomes proof that you're finally awake in your own life. You start letting go of negativity, not by fighting it, but by outgrowing it. New energy replaces old doubt. You're still cautious, but no longer paralyzed. Change begins to feel natural. You forgive your past for keeping you small. You understand that every fear was once protection. Now you can thank it and move forward lighter, wiser, and ready for something new. The more you grow, the more you notice how thought shapes reality. What you expect from life slowly becomes what you create. Your mind is no longer a cage. It's a compass. You realize success isn't something far away. It's built inside the choices you make every day. Every decision either feeds your fear or strengthens your freedom. Doubt still shows up, but you don't let it lead. You treat it like background noise while you stay focused on what matters. The more consistent you are, the quieter the noise becomes. You stop chasing motivation and start building discipline. You discover that real confidence comes from keeping promises to yourself, one small win at a time. You surround yourself with people who speak possibility, not fear. Energy becomes contagious again. You start believing bigger simply because you're no longer standing alone. You notice how much lighter life feels when you focus on what you can control. Gratitude replaces complaint. Problems don't disappear, they just lose their power over you. You begin creating instead of waiting. Each day becomes a chance to build something that reflects who you are now, not who you used to be. Moments of happiness return naturally. A calm morning, a small victory, a laugh you didn't fake. You realize peace doesn't come from escape, it comes from alignment. Fear still visits, but it no longer runs the show. You've learned how to move forward while it whispers. Confidence isn't being fearless. It's walking with courage anyway. Your world begins to open again. The opportunities were always there. You just needed clearer eyes to see them. Awareness creates expansion. You feel more control over your thoughts, emotions, and focus. You stop reacting to life and start designing it. This is what real freedom feels like. Quiet desperation turns into quiet confidence. You don't need to prove anything anymore. You just need to keep living in a way that feels true. The transformation is simple. Awareness, courage, belief. You no longer live waiting for life to happen. You participate in it fully. And that's when you finally feel alive again.